This content is based on facts for educational purposes. We do not intend to defame any company. Logos are omitted for copyright.
Welcome to The Explainer, where we break down big, complex topics using the source material itself. Today, we're diving into the massive and, let's be honest, pretty messy world of data privacy right here in the United States. So, let's jump right in. It's a simple question, right? But it affects every single thing we do online. When you're browsing, when you're shopping, when you post, who is actually in charge of that digital trail you're leaving behind? Because in the US, unlike a lot of other places, there's no single clear answer. What we have instead is a really complicated system that's just getting more and more tangled every single day. And this slide really gets to the heart of the issue. You look at the European Union and they have the GDPR, one powerful privacy law that covers everyone. Simple enough. But here in the US, we have what experts call a patchwork quilt. Congress just hasn't been able to pass a big federal law, so it's been left up to the individual states to kind of stitch together their own rule. And that number is climbing fast. By 2026, we're going to have 20 states with their own major privacy laws on the books. And get this, that covers about half of the entire US population. So, this brings us to our first big point. You know, with no one acting at the federal level, the states have really become the main rule makers. They're creating these fascinating and often clashing little experiments in data privacy. And this table just shows you how different things can get. It's actually kind of wild. Let's say you're under 18. In Maryland, selling your data or using it for targeted ads is just banned, prohibited. But hop over to Delaware and it's allowed, but only if you actively opt in. And then you've got Virginia, which uses the more common opt-out model, where the burden is on you to say no. Your rights literally change the moment you cross a state line. And this whole thing is just getting more complicated by the minute. In 2024 alone, 7 brand new state laws went on the books. Now just imagine you're a business trying to operate nationwide. It's a massive headache trying to navigate a legal map that is constantly being redrawn under your feet. Okay, so if the states are going wild, what's happening back in Washington? Well, even though there's no single big privacy law from Congress, it's not a total free-for-all either. Instead, you've got this collection of powerful agencies all trying to enforce privacy in their own little corners, creating what you can only describe as a regulatory alphabet soup. And this is just a taste of who's in that soup. You have the FTC, the DOJ, the CFPB, the list goes on. Each one has its own mission and its own set of priorities when it comes to policing how companies are handling all of your data. The Federal Trade Commission, the FTC, has been especially aggressive. As this Gibson-Dunn review points out, they're really going after the use of super sensitive data. We're talking your location, your health info. And they've even forced companies to completely delete data they shouldn't have collected. I mean, that's a serious power. The Department of Justice, on the other hand, is looking at privacy through a national security lens. They've put out rules specifically designed to stop data brokers from selling American sensitive info to foreign adversaries like China and Russia. They see our data as a critical national resource that needs to be protected. But here's the thing, and this is a huge catch. Federal enforcement isn't set in stone, not at all. A change in the White House can, and usually does, lead to a massive shift in priorities. Right now, the forecast is for a move toward deregulation, which could undo a lot of the aggressive enforcement we've been talking about, just adding another layer of who knows to the whole puzzle. Now, let's look ahead. Beyond all the current rules, technology is just racing forward, creating entirely new battlegrounds where the fight over our data privacy is really just getting started. Keeping kids safe online is, of course, a huge area of focus. You've got states passing laws that require really strict age verification systems. New York and California have passed laws that target so-called addictive feeds to protect kids from just endlessly scrolling. And Maryland's new Kids Code actually forces online services to have high privacy settings for children turned on by default. So the next frontier? Biometric data. Now this sounds technical, but it's really personal. It's information that comes from your body itself, your fingerprint, a scan of your face, the unique sound of your voice. It's the most unique data there is, and now states are writing very specific rules about how it can be collected and used. And if you think that's futuristic, hold on. States like Colorado and California are already making moves to classify neural data as sensitive information. We're talking about data from your own nervous system, literally your brain waves. This is the absolute cutting edge of privacy law, trying to get out ahead of technology that could one day, read our thoughts. Okay, so we've waded through all the legal details and the sci-fi tech. Let's bring it all back home. What's the real-world impact of all this? Why should you care about this complicated mess?
Well, for one thing, it has created a litigation explosion. Seriously, with so many different rules and so much confusion, the floodgates have just opened for lawsuits. We're talking hundreds and hundreds of cases being filed by regular people and by governments over everything from data breaches to online tracking tool.
So let's just boil it all down. Number one, your personal data rights are not the same everywhere. They literally depend on what state you're in. Number two, companies are stuck in a total compliance maze, trying to follow dozens of different, sometimes conflicting rulebooks all at once. And number three, all this confusion just feeds an endless cycle of lawsuits, which creates a really unpredictable system for everybody.
And that all brings us to the big final question, doesn't it? For years, people have been calling for one single federal privacy law to bring some order to this chaos. But after all this time, you have to wonder, will America's patchwork quilt of privacy laws ever be replaced by one clear standard? The answer to that is going to shape our digital lives for decades.